Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm North Central, and we are among the tombstones. We're here at walking through the Old Baptist section of the Bridgeport City Cemetery. This is where most of the oldest graves in the cemetery are, where the Revolutionary soldiers and things like that are. But there is a headstone and that's where we're headed to today, is to clean his headstone. And here we are. So this is the stone. About a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, I came through the cemetery, and all the federally issued headstones like this, the marble headstones on these veterans, I sprayed down with wet and forget to kill everything that was on them. I don't like to scrape this stuff, and this has got a lot of lichen growth and stuff on it, moss and everything else, and you can see it's just kind of crumbling off. This was all live, now it's all dead. So this one ought to be a real good one to scrub down. I'm hoping that I can get it pretty good. But I want to introduce you guys to J S Brant from Company I in the 5th Massachusetts Cavalry. I looked online, I didn't really find anything on him. I didn't see him on Find a Grave, and I couldn't really find a lot of information on him, but that doesn't really matter. He did serve in the Civil War. It does have the shield on it. He's a Civil War veteran, and we are going to clean this soldier's stone today. So I'm gonna get some Orvis soap going in the bucket and give it a light scrubbing first. You can measure this stuff out. Usually I just take a couple fingers, stick it down inside. It ends up with a nice little lather. This is a mild soap. It has a pH neutral of 8. And it's the only soap that I would recommend doing anything like this with. So this is a natural fibered brush. The bristles are made out of Tampico, and it's considered a soft bristled brush. It is recommended by the National Cemetery Administration with a natural fibered brush like this, made out of the Tampico bristles. So yeah, let's get busy. You know what, before we start scrubbing it, let's wet it down. So I want to wet it down for about 10 to 15 minutes here. It just helps get everything nice and loose on the stone. Makes it easier to come off. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes or so. We're gonna go ahead and start scrubbing this thing down with the just water and Orvis soap and a scrub brush. You don't even have to have the Orvis soap. You can just use water. I like using it. guys, so it's going to be raining here before too long, so I'm not going to treat this stone with a biological killer like D2 or wet and forget. Wet and forget, you have to have at least 5 or 6 hours of dry time before it rains, and D2, they say that if it rains within 12 hours of you applying, you have to reapply. So I'm not going to waste product like that to do it. I'm going to come back tomorrow and spray these. So we're down to placing the flag on this soldier's grave. And with an upright stone like this, I like putting it just right off the front corner of the stone, as close to the stone as I can get it. And what this does is, whenever they do grass maintenance around here, it's very easy to get the trimmers in here and trim around this instead of a flag being out here in front. Oop. Oh, they must have put this one in concrete. Let's try it here. Nope. Well, in that case, what I do is, it's only going to go down about that far. I'll come in here and I'll cut it. I'll put it back down where I wanted it, right next to the stone. And then I'll tamp it down with my hammer. Everything's nice and tall and straight. So I use our standard grave flag. It's got a 24-inch wooden shaft. It is an 8x12 flag. I like to come up 4 or 5 inches from the bottom and put a tie wrap, cut it off with an inch tag. And from there, it's on the grave. So this headstone's not ready for Memorial Day yet. I've got at least one more treatment, possibly 2. But tomorrow morning I will be back and I will give this a treatment of D2, and then in a week or maybe week and a half I'll be back and give it another scrub down with another treatment, and then possibly one more after that right before Memorial Day to try and get this thing as white as possible. Getting these things white after they've had biologics and stuff all over them like this, it just takes time. So I'm running out of time with Memorial Day. I got less than a month now. So this stone's doing good for now. Hey guys, I hope you liked the video, and if you're compelled to do something like this, I urge you to go to bymemorialday.com and watch some videos there on how to do it. Also, read from the National Cemetery Administration the form that says it gives permission for us to clean these federal headstones. These federal headstones are the property of the United States still. They're not private property. They are the property of the U.S. federal government. So we are allowed to clean them. And make sure that you also have your cemetery's permission to do this. Just don't go in there and start doing a bunch of stuff in the cemetery. It is private property. They do own it. So make sure that you have their permission.